God damn it. Nothing's more important than living by your means, by living by your values, satisfying your soul first. You cannot give to the world if you're trying to outwardly please without paying attention to what's happening in here. It's very common to want to people please. It's very common to want to get other people's validation to feel good about yourself. I grew up most of my years doing that. I got so much external validation, seeking that from other people, but I was so unhappy within myself. And the older that I get, the more experienced that I am in life, doing different things, developing in different areas, the more I realized it was really just about living by my means. Actually living the way I wanted to live, around the people that I wanted to be around, living by the things that I stand for, that I represent, and that just truly means everything to me. That if I was to look back when I was 80, 90 years, I'd say, yeah. It's funny, the whole time you ignored yourself. You listen to everyone else. And the more experience that you get, the more you realize that all the answers were already within you. A lot of my upbringing was just trying to prove myself. I started trying to get in shape to get attention. I wanted to appear a particular way to people. And those aren't my reasons anymore. But my reasons have changed. But sometimes you have to go through those superficial reasons in the beginning to get here. When you get here, you realize it's completely about something else. It's about feeling just good within yourself. Everything becomes about feeling congruent with what feels right with your soul. Like you truly feel fulfilled. Not being scared, putting fear aside, and actually doing the things that you really want to do, the way that you want to do it, how you want to express yourself to people, the way that you want to express yourself to them. You know, being honest with your intention and not being afraid of rejection. Because the ultimate perspective is that if you are truly your congruent self, if you are truly living in alignment with who you are, your soul, you'll bring the people who will connect with that. And the ones who reject it weren't meant for you in the first place. So there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to lose. There's no losing. It's all complete. It's all already there. You just got to tap into it and then attract the people who resonate with it. It's as simple as that. To get to this place, I had to go through a lot though. I had to go through the superficial reasons. I had to do all the things that I got to do. You know, going on the journey of fitness, going on the journey of business. You got to do it. And the biggest thing for me is, or for anyone that I would advise, is you got to start with yourself first. You got to start with yourself. Like if you want your external to be good, you got to be good internally. There's a reason why fitness is what I coach. It was my first passion. It was the gateway. And that's the foundation. It's like everything is built off of your health, your mindset, and then your physical health. Those two things are absolutely crucial. If you don't have those, your decision-making abilities, your ability to actually give 100% to things that truly matter, they get compromised instantly. Because when your physical health is off, it affects your mental, and vice versa. When your mental is off, obviously it can affect the physical. But I wouldn't neglect any of them. Because I know a lot of people who, if they didn't sign up with me, for example, in fitness coaching, because they truly believe they didn't have enough time or just whatever it is. And to be honest with you, you got to make time. You can't afford not to take care of your health because it's costing you. It's costing you productivity if you're postponing it because of time or money. It's like, it's costing you more than that not to have your health in check. I can't imagine a life. If I even go off track for half a day to a day, and by that I mean like the smallest things, because I've got a high standard for myself. If I start going off track and I start feeling slow, it truly affects my whole day. Like my productivity is drastically decreased. I just don't, it's been so long since I haven't been healthy that the moment that I notice any sway off the plan, I instantly feel it because I'm extremely receptive to the difference. I know how great it feels to be, physically in amazing shape and feeling well. But I instantly feel that compromise, man. And it makes me think, I'm like, wow, it's been so long since I've, not been healthy, and people are living every day like this still. And if you're 30 years, 20 years, 40 years, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the longer you're living it, the harder it is. It's just harder to build that momentum to get into it. And it's quite simple to do it. But you got to start with yourself. You got to start with yourself. You got to master your health. And all of your wealth and everything else, all these external goals that you have, I mean, what is that really in comparison to the fundamentals of life? Being healthy, physically, mentally, having the right relationships around you. Dude, having the nice car and shit, like, fuck yeah, it's great. There's certain things that I would, I'm not ruling certain things out. I've got goals, I've got certain aspirations as well. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't need it, it's nice, but fuck, man, the fundamentals are everything to me. It's everything to me. Like this house, everything is just a representation of the internal state, of the boundaries that I have in my life and my standards of myself. Everything's just self-mastery. That's why I'm just so passionate about character development, because character development, if you can get yourself right, everything around you is simply just a byproduct of you being right. Like me being right is being the productive person who's gonna create wealth. So I'm not focused on the car, I'm focused on me, because I'll create the wealth to get the car. You know what I'm saying? Like people are missing this. They're missing the most basic principle. Because on social media, it's all about flashing the cars, and I get it, it's marketing, it stands out. But what people are forgetting is that, hey, who do you have to be to create that? And for the people who have it, is it all about that? Or is it just a byproduct of them being the kind of person to have those things? So it's nice to have external goals, and you want the nice car and all of this, but at the same time, you almost have to be past it to cast it. Yeah? You have to be more than that for that to be in your life, which means this can't be up here, because it's up here. Sure, you can work towards it, but you're coming from the place of not having it. You're coming from a deficiency. But when you have it all in here already, then you got that energy and vibration to attract those things into your life. You have the character traits to create those opportunities, and the vibration that attracts other people who are resonating on that same frequency to also bring those kind of opportunities. Essentially, who you are is crystallizing all of so you're emitting a vibrational frequency that's attracting the same frequency all throughout your life. And your reality is just simply crystallizing based off of the frequency that you're emitting, the kind of person that you are, the energy that you're putting out, the way that you think. So when you can get this right, everything out here starts to match it. It starts to crystallize around what was internal. So that's why I've always just been, like, my form of validation is not what this person thinks of me. It's, am I doing the things I know is right for me, that makes me feel good? am I keeping in shape? You know, if I don't have a six pack, I'm not happy. Like, that's my standard. My standard's to have a six pack. The moment I get, if I'm trying to bulk or whatever it is, and I'm starting to get like love handles or a slight belly, I feel like shit. Like, I don't like it, which is why I tend to lean again. I don't push a bulk too intense. So that's my default. Like, that's my standard, it's my expectation. And when it comes to productivity, like, I'm very curated in the day. I don't like to eat in a way that slows me down there as well. So I've got systems in place, I've got boundaries that I've set for myself, because I know I'm gonna feel like shit if I don't hit those. And as long as I'm doing those things that I know I should be doing, I'm happy. I can sleep at night. It's not about if I've got the car yet. It's not about if I've got the house yet. It's about, am I doing what I know I should be doing right now, every single day? And moment by moment, that's my only filter. It's my only filter. If I'm not doing what I truly feel is a great course of action, that's when I feel like shit. That's it. It's not about what shirt am I wearing, you know? I could wear the shittiest shirt, and sure, it's a bonus, it's a plus, but if I'm so on point with the things that matter, the shitty shirt, what does it matter? You know, it doesn't matter. So keep perspective, And you gotta really establish what are the things that mean the most to you? What are the things really that mean the most? For me, I need to be happy with myself. Like, I've got to feel like I'm living by my standard. That's number one. Wealth, that's another standard of mine as well. Making sure that I'm doing what I can to create the financial resources to provide the life that I want. Family and relationships is very important to me. Love, like actually just genuine love, authenticity, genuine connection. I really value that. And my whole life is just based around those things. It really is. Like, everything I do is just to make those more, just in alignment of those pillars. So I know what my values are, and it makes it very easy every day to navigate my actions. So establish your values to then help you with your actions, but make sure that you are in alignment. The kind of person that you are aligns with who you need to be to get the goals that you've set, to reach your values, to live by your values. And let that be a KPI of success. And that's just what I've done, you know. What do I know? What do I know? It's worked pretty well with the physique, I won't lie. So, master yourself, and everything out here will start to form. And it won't be a surprise. It won't be a surprise, because you became the person who created that. It was no shock. And if this out here isn't in alignment yet, realize that it starts here first. And then this will change. So in your situation, if you know where you want to be, if you don't have the body that you want, realize that there's going to be a time delay. It's just a slight time delay between that crystallizing. But first, you got to believe you can achieve it, and then you got to act it. You got to be that person first, and then your physique will start to catch up. There's a slight time delay, and you need to be patient with that. As long as you are doing the actions, it will come. Just how if you want the house, do the actions, and the house will come. Just like anything. It's you first, and then that next.